We got even more Forbidden West gameplay to go over. Like, this new trailer they showed at the Game Awards is crazy, revealing many new machines like the Cobra at the end, the aggressive monkey type machine climbing trees, an armadillo type machine, which looks like a crazier version of the Trampler from Zero Dawn, rolling towards you, leaving fire behind, and also doing this crazy jump in the distance there. I personally think these Raptor machines are also new. Sure, they look quite similar to the Claw Striders we've seen many times before, but are also quite different. If you look at it a bit longer, they, for example, do not seem to have the chainsaw mouth, and they overall seem way more chaotic. They throw themselves towards Aloy with their thrusters, giving them the extra speed. It really reminds me of the Scorchers we saw in Frozen Wilds that could also be in your face incredibly fast. So I think we're looking at a similar situation compared to the Sawtooth and the Revenger. They looked quite similar as well, but were totally different machines thanks to the weapons they used and their behavior. Frostclaw and Fireclaw from Frozen Wilds, same story. So I think that's what's going on here, and hey, more Raptors, I really cannot say no to that. And finally, we got a good look at the now called Tide Ripper. That's the only name for a new machine we got so far, by the way. But I do think that this was the machine they teased in the State of Play, right? With the longer neck. And well, seems like they can jump out of the water too, looking at this brand new screenshot. So then on land, we can likely try and take them out. And they do have this interesting platform on their back. And we got Crack in the comments under my recent video saying that they might be like the tall necks, but for underwater. Okay, we did now learn that they will try to hurt us, but maybe overriding them reveals some underwater secrets. That would be kind of cool. We gotta talk about all the new outfits that were shown in this trailer, because there are quite a lot. And of course, if you liked the video so far, then leaving a like on it would really help me out. And don't check out my giveaway for the digital deluxe edition of the game. You can enter via the link in the pinned comment, and you have to be a subscriber of the channel if you want to participate. And you see that in the deluxe edition as well. All the outfits in Horizon are inspired by tribes. So we have the Karja Behemoth Elite outfit and the Nora Thunder Elite outfit. And in the summer gameplay reveal trailer, Aloy was using the Utaru Harvester outfit, which inspired by that tribe we will learn way more about in the sequel. And I think we see Aloy wear another Utaru armor, but darker, against these monkey machines, doing the slide slash again. And if we freeze the screen here, we see the tattoos we talked about also in my previous video on the arms, but now also on the back of Aloy. I'm still curious if this is like a customization feature or maybe linked to the story somehow. And at the end of the new trailer, we see an even crazier like arm tattoo with that Utaru Harvester armor. So again, pretty interesting. I think this is another Utaru armor, but with the orange in this underwater shot with a pretty cool helmet as well. We saw this blue Karja outfit already before in a recent GIF when jumping off the Claw Strider and fighting the Tremor Tusk. Was now back in the new trailer as well. But really the two outfits that stand out are one, this completely red outfit, first the Shell Snapper, this of course the machine that will be hiding in plain sight and then appear out of nowhere, and they are massive. But I do find the back of this Shell Snapper in particular interesting, as it doesn't seem to have like any leaves or nature elements, but instead this blue-purple glow, which was different from the one we saw in the reveal trailer. Either way, this also must be some sort of special Karja outfit, right? Especially looking at the waist and the legs that seem really Karja inspired. Only it does look quite different from the other Karja sets we, for example, have in Horizon Zero Dawn, looking at the material. So your theories are, of course, more than welcome in the comments down below. Maybe this has to do with Irith, the Sixth Sun King of the Karja, who way back when went to the Forbidden West to like explore that land, but never came back, and that's also why the region got called Forbidden West. Like, don't go there, it's dangerous. We also had the Red Raids, which were more recent, where also Karja went to the Forbidden West to mostly like butcher a lot of people. Maybe some like people who survived that were able to set up camp. It will be interesting, but that would kind of explain why Aloy might be able to wear different type of Karja outfits compared to what we saw in Zero Dawn. Like, we also see another Karja inspired, but not really, red, white, gold stripe armor. Looks very interesting too. Could also be a new tribe, for example, that we just don't know about yet. And yeah, we gotta talk about the Raptor inspired set. First of all, face paint is back. Talked about this in my previous video too. It was added, of course, to Horizon Zero Dawn post-launch, but will likely be more available in the sequel. And yeah, this headgear is crazy. So Might be Banuk armor, as they are known for their armor sets inspired by machines. Or maybe it's a Tanact armor set. The enemies we of course get to fight. And speaking of fighting, we saw a new move where Aloy would jump backwards and then throw these grenades. And maybe that is the sticky grenade weapon technique we saw briefly in the weapon wheel of the summer gameplay, because it has an icon of multiple bombs. And you can do these techniques when your orange bar is completely full. We saw Aloy do one during the summer gameplay to finish off the Tremor task. This one is called Emplaced Shot and seems to be linked to the Sharp Shot bow, and I think we saw Aloy use that again in the new trailer, right, when fighting the Shell Snapper. Only this time the machine survives, and there are some more interesting things going on in this scene. This might actually be the answer to the question we had in my previous video, and I will link to that video, by the way, at the end of this one for if you haven't checked it yet, where we saw Aloy use the detonating blast trap. But yeah, there was no HUD, so we're kind of wondering how you would trigger those traps, because it seems that they are removing the item scroll menu we saw in Zero Dawn. Now what we saw in the new trailer is, let's call it a trap wheel. So similar to the weapon wheel, but only for traps. And we also see the same icons used here that we also see in the crafting traps menu in Zero Dawn. And interesting is that the tripwire, which was also used in the recent gameplay GIFs, only needs one shot now to drop down instead of two. Still a nice change. But maybe they changed the tripcaster weapon into this trap instead. Could be why we see it in this sort of trap wheel. And we also see a brand new trap, a mine, which Aloy ends up using. And going back to that Scorcher, because this machine was also using these sort of mines that were hovering above the ground, and it seems like Aloy has a similar trap right now in the Forbidden West, likely going off when a machine gets too close. Pretty awesome. And at the end, Aloy was throwing the new spike thrower weapon we also saw in the previous gameplay. Like, I'm surprised how much new stuff there is in this 1 minute of footage. I was hoping for a second that Aloy would jump on the back of one of these Sunwings and make it a flying mount. It's still not 100% confirmed if this will be in the game, but at this point, with them not revealing it, I'm kinda losing hope. Also interesting is that the focus colors are making a return, as we see Aloy with multiple throughout the whole video. This was also added post-launch to Zero Dawn. And I want to point out this scene, because I found this very strange. We see a tall neck, Aloy in the Karja Blazing Heavy outfit from Horizon Zero Dawn. We see equipment here from bandits that look more like the bandits from Zero Dawn than the Tanact bandits we saw in that GIF as well. So this looks very similar to the PS4 Pro demo they showed during the presentation of the new console to showcase the HDR and stuff like that. Everything in this trailer is completely new. Outfits, machines, everything. But this part, if you showed this to a random person, it could be out Zero Dawn. Like, they could say, hey, this is just Horizon Zero Dawn. And I have a crazy theory that I don't think will happen, and let's not expect it, but I still want to share it. Maybe we go back to the world of Zero Dawn at some point during the sequel, because it has obviously changed after the final Zero Dawn mission, but we never got to really see that, because we always get teleported back to before that mission. Then maybe there's like a Pokemon Gold moment where at the end of the game you realize, wait, I can go back to Kanto and play through that again. Okay, again, I don't think this will happen, but I still thought this scene was kind of strange, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. Of course, subscribe for everything Horizon Forbidden West if you haven't already. When we got more info and gameplay, I'll be the first to tell you here. A like on the video would really help me out, and don't check out my previous video with an in-depth look at the gameplay GIFs they shared with a ton of other info. Check it out if you haven't already. For now, I will speak to you in the next one. Goodbye.